Yay! Day 3. So happy to be here with all of you. Welcome. If you are watching the replay, watching this on YouTube, wherever you're watching it now or in the future, I guess it would be wherever it is you're watching it. That I'm glad you came back to this. Good job for coming back. Good job for all of you who are starting to arrive on the live. That is an amazing gift. Look at we're on time, we're showing up, we're arriving here like we are arriving on a first date. Like being in that space is everything. So how has it been? We have done 2 full days. Now we're going into the third. Post in the comments some of the things that you are noticing. I'm also curious to know what questions may be arising or what, maybe fears or doubts are popping in. And we can start integrating that into our series because I love to be able to support you in that way. So I see there's some of you on. Say hello in the comments. Remember, put your name. Oftentimes it doesn't show me your name unless you've given it permission. So, and then we will jump in. So who's here? Post in the comments. Love seeing that. Because today we're going to talk about getting smart. And this is really dating different. And I'm saying different specifically because it is actually different. It's not what you were doing. It's not slightly different. It's not like differently. It is different. And I'm going to share with you what it takes to actually do this unicorn. And I'm noticing my video keeps getting slower. Hey, good. Heather's here. Carly's here. Awesome. Great. Great. So, you're going to want to get out a journal or a notebook or something because this day, when I talk about the actual nuts and bolts of dating, you're going to get kind of the fire hose approach because, this is really where people get stuck. I mean, people get sucked into kind of the old ways of being with dating. They get sucked into the projections and expectations of others in the world. And, if you're not instituting some of the tools that we shared from yesterday and the day before. So yesterday, we really dug into the advocacy. So being an advocate for you, being the one that is, caring for your consciousness around love and dating. That's the power. And then the, day 1, we got clear. We cleared out some of these energetic spaces, these stories, these lies, and got into that love story. So people are joining. Let's open up before we dive into the content with our love vibe chant. So you can even dive into your placebo. If you haven't made it, you can do a imaginary one where you take one out and then you and then we'll chant, show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Move your body and use your voice. This is a call out. This is connecting to your beloved. It's connecting to your beloved. It's connecting to the creative consciousness, which you as a unicorn being are to access that, to be the expression of who you truly be, which is what your person is looking for. So show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. And then we can add in, I receive love from everything. Wahegadu. 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 And then we did the first day, I'm having that. No doubt about that. I'm having that. No doubt about that. So imagining bringing in that energy of what you're asking for in love, that playfulness, the lightness, the ease, the life is easier because you're together. I'm having that. No doubt about that. 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 Now let's add it in. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what it can do. Woo! Awesome. Okay, so we're in the vibe. We're here talking about getting smart. This is the day for the actual, here's how to date unicorn style. Okay. So I am going to give you a little bit of the stats. So, the stats show right now that certainly what has happened since the whole pandemic situation is more and more people migrated online. More people than ever are now utilizing these communities online. You may be one of those people that wasn't really familiar with Zoom or some of these things, and now it's just a regular tool. And so I'm saying that because the change in the consciousness around online dating is huge. And you may still be in sort of the, oh my gosh, that's, online dating or using these modern dating tools is not cool or only what those other people do. I want to invite you into including it as a tool, a space. And it's not the only thing. So if anywhere you have resisted or rejected the modern dating world as wrong or bad or only for those people, will you please destroy and uncreate that by saying yes out loud? And I say that because if we are rejecting any possibilities, we're rejecting all possibilities. Really, it's like we pinch off the hose. It's like, no, it can't be like that. then we're not allowing the creative consciousness, the universe, whatever you want to call it, God, divine, goddess, we are cutting that off. And so what would be possible if you could include it all without judgment, without needing to, be right about, oh, well, Macy, let me tell you what happened to me the first time I went online, and then arguing against your love story. We don't need those stories. We've talked about that a lot this week. So, the fact is 20% of all couples that are together meet online now. And that's a huge number. So I am not here selling online tools or online dating. I really am not. Like, I don't have any affiliate to that, not making money to promote it. I'm just saying that this is a really powerful addition to the space. And if you are functioning from the place of this is the way it is, bad, wrong, judgment, losers, jerks, then you're not functioning in your actual true unicorn magic. So this is an opportunity to make a choice to change that. And I'm going to give you some examples, because there is the sort of unicorn vibe, way of being, and then there's the non-unicorn vibe. So here's what I see that can be habitual in the dating world. And when you're aware of what I'm about to tell you, a lot of things can change, because what's habitual is that, people, a lot, megatons of people just naturally go into dating in general with this, like, oh my God, I better not get screwed over. Oh my God, is this a bad person? Is this a jerk? Is this, a scammer or whatever? With, this serious protective mode. And I'm not saying you don't sift and sort and vet people and see, okay, do they match my values? Do they seem like a kind person? And meet at a safe place and do the things that you would do as a conscious being. But if you are consistently functioning from judgment and fear and, this is a pool of bad, then it's going to be kind of a miserable journey. I mean, how could it not be? So the non-unicorn voice is the voice that you may have noticed this. Like, if you've ever been online dating and then you told some of your girlfriends or friends, oftentimes the conversation can go to, let me tell you what happened to me and my horror story and all the things that happened to me. If you just kind of take that as gospel, then that's what you're going to get. That's what you get. You get to be in that sort of miserable, complaining, things never work out for me space. So, side note here, your girlfriends are not your love coach. And I mean that with care, because your family, your sisters, your mom, maybe there's some unique exceptions to that, but for the most part, it typically isn't a neutral voice. There is stuff tied into it. So you've got to be aware of how people are doing things. And you, as the advocate for your love life, the one who is creating your life, the one who is the source, you are the source of your life. You are the only one who can make a choice that's different than that. And my advice for all of you, and this is where it changed for me dramatically, was to be focused on, okay, what would I love? And when you're really clear, and we didn't go into this in depth, but on day one, you can go back to day one. I would actually encourage you to go back to some of these things and do them again, because you're going to get different information each time. And then day one, we did our process at the end of the class that really cleared out some limitations and fears and judgments and old stuff so that you could be in the space of your love story. And same with the placebo, we got to like sit in the space of your love story. And that's where you want to focus. That's where you want to point your unicorn horn. Point it towards your love story. Don't point it towards all of the miserable stories. And, I actually used to be that woman who just totally loved telling all of my horror stories from dating. I would tell pretty much anyone because I thought I was so hilarious, and they were hilarious. To be honest, they were hilarious. Like, what was going to keep me from telling a story that's going to make someone laugh? That's like everything to me. So, but what I realized is like just kind of repeating that and creating those grooves that I was benefiting from telling the sad stories and even potentially unconsciously creating the drama, that I realized like, oh, well, that's not really what I want to create. And, but, getting the laughs and stuff was kind of fun. And I made a new choice. So, I mean, it's not that you can't be amused by all of it. Of course, be amused. That's a great energy. And just be aware because, for me, I tell a horror story and then someone else will try to one up that with their horror story. And then you're kind of living in this world of things don't work out. And the truth of the matter is that, here's the unicorn voice that you want to bring to it, is that if you have that desire for love, you're pointing your unicorn horn towards the things that match that. So, what are those things that match that kind of life and love? And it starts with how you be dating, even how you be on these calls, in these classes. How are you being? Are you being in your kind of placebo vibe and like being in that space and like really, making a choice for love? So I'm seeing someone posted a comment. It wasn't amusing when I discovered a guy had gone to jail for beating his first wife. I didn't go out with him. Yeah, that's not amusing, and good choice. Good job. How does it get any better? You found out, you didn't choose him. So then you're keeping that, choice. I mean, how you love your life is your love life. What is your love life like? Where are you not actually choosing things that are the energy of love in your life? How are you feeding your body? How are you taking care of your body? How is your space? Do you enjoy your space? Who do you hang out with? Do you hang out with people who, lift you up, inspire you? What practices are you doing? Like, do you enjoy, are you really living? This is about living, not being the victim of your life or buying into some idea that things are happening to you, because they're not. And, most people aren't your person. So this is one thing that you all need to know for sure, is that as the brilliant unicorn being you are, yes, this person is special. Your person is not every person. So why do we mess with our heads? Like, I used to go online before I knew how powerful this stuff was. I used to go online and go, oh my God, why are these people writing me? What's wrong with me? Oh my gosh, I am not attracted to that person, and made it all about me. Like, what sort of like fucked up mentality was that I was making that about me? That's not about me. at all. It's about them. And I don't have to choose any of that. When I got to the place where I was only focused, and this is something you need to write down, I only focused on people who made me lean in and go, oh, I'm curious about that. Or, well, that person does have a kind smile, or, we have some shared values. I'm curious about that. And it wasn't like starting from, oh my God, is this my person? I better pick the right person. If they're not my person, I did it wrong. You got to remember the cat lady, the cat. The first one is choosing love. We just talked about that. The second one is being in sweet anticipation. If you have the desire, it is your destiny. And the third one is taking the pressure off. You got to also not take things personally and be that advocate for you. Be that advocate for you. And yes, we're meant to learn relationship in relationship. And I don't mean just like dating someone. I mean, that's one of the reasons why the super loved system is really powerful, to do some one-on-one, because you get to experience yourself being seen and heard, and then get to the bottom of any of the sneaky stuff that is keeping you from receiving something greater. Because you know how powerful the subconscious is. It's like wearing glasses that are seeking only what lives within you. Because everything that you are asking for will come to you. But if your subconscious is actually asking for something you're not aware of, your subconscious could actually be asking for not getting into a relationship. When your head is saying, oh yeah, I totally would love to be in a relationship. If your subconscious is asking for that, you will always be asking for, guaranteed. So that's something you want to be aware of. So somebody says, I have trust issues and doubts to flush. Yeah. So be aware. You are not your doubts. And, what is it that wants attention? So that's where any of you who are here for the full 5 days, you're going to be able to have a laser coaching session with me. I already spoiled the prize, but anyway, you're here. You may as well know that if you do all 5 days by Sunday, then I'm happy to send you a link to get on a call with me. So this is really key, because most are not your person. The only thing that will keep you from love, and this is what a non-unicorn might do versus the unicorn. And I'm not saying the non-unicorn is not a unicorn. It's just like, are you functioning from that, old way of thinking? Are you functioning from like trying to fit in and be normal? Trying to fit in and be normal means that you would naturally complain about dating, that you would make it a sad story if you go online and most people are not your person, and that you would, not be conscious in the way that you focus on what it is you're truly creating. If you choose to quit, then I can help you with that. Like, that's your choice. You quit. I'm inviting you to know that the only thing will stop you is if you quit. Give up on love and then get sucked away by any sad story of like, see, this is the way it is for me. Like, I know I'm sort of ripping off some Band-Aids. Well, I'm kind of hoping I am. So I want to go through 5-ish tips on really how to be with this differently. Oftentimes I've gone through more like logistical things when it comes to online dating, but I would like to I've already told you that you want to include that. And, that is something that is a powerful tool. It doesn't mean that all the other things, meeting people in coffee shops, going to, retreats, or, networking events and meeting someone amazing, or being on a flight to Paris and sitting next to a really great person that you fall in love with. Like, all of those are still valid. And I've seen them all happen. So, but I will say that 99% of the people in the Super Love program meet their people online. Okay, the first one is a reminder to play into love. Your energy matters. How you're being on the journey, how you were being with dating, you want to match that to the energy of your love story. The placebo vibe, the show me what my love vibe can do, the open, spacious space of what would be fun, what would be fun, what would be fun. And that doesn't mean that you want to get mad at yourself or make yourself wrong if you're like, well, that wasn't super fun, but it's like next. You're engaging in your life, and it includes all areas. When I met my partner, Laser Beam Larry, I had created an amazing life. I mean, I had my own house and a garden, and I was teaching improv classes, and I was a yoga teacher, and I had my corporate job, and was volunteering, and I really had an amazing community of people that I loved hanging out with. I created that. I created a life that I loved. So when it came to dating, I was very confident in who I was and happy. I mean, I was actually really happy in my life. I had so many nourishing things. I didn't put all the weight on that being my happiness. And at the same time, I did make it a priority to meet people. So, I mean, the commitment to say, you know what, I really want this in my life. I'm going to take the steps to create it. So I had an online dating profile. I would set up regular coffee dates. I would meet people who seemed, at least I had some wonder about, I wonder who this person is. I mean, if someone didn't match any of my values, I didn't go out with them. I would just say no. Or if they wanted something like they wanted to have kids and I didn't want to have kids, or if, they had different lifestyle habits that I really would never want to do or be around, I would just go on to the next. And some weeks I would have multiple dates, and some weeks I would have just one date or no dates. And I was, in a cycle of meeting people, sorting them out. So that's the first one, that energy really matters. Are you living your life in love right now? What will it take to play into love? That's number one. Number two, I want to share with you is to be aware of this angle of asking the question, am I fighting for my love life? And I know the word fighting is kind of weird, but it needs to have that grit. So I'm using that word. Are you fighting for love and your love story? Placebo. Or are you fighting against being rejected? So it's a really different energy. So anywhere where you're fighting against being rejected rather than fighting for your love story, will you destroy and uncreate that energy by saying yes out loud? Yes. Awesome. Somebody says, I am also really happy and I'm having my person, my partner in life. Awesome. Someone else says, I love the line, we are meant to learn about relationship. In relationship, it brings some ease to all the things that don't feel so good, what feels like a mistake, but is really just a part of learning. Yeah. And it's, that's where, I specifically say that because that's where coaching is powerful. Like people wonder, like, why would I need a coach? I should probably just know this, right? I should know how to do relationship. Oh, so-and-so knows how to do it. Obviously, it was easy for her. It was easy for her. It was easy for her. But the truth of the matter is, most of us grew up in dysfunctional relationship models. Even if you grew up in a really happy, healthy family, most of our generation didn't really get that example. If you did, awesome. And if it wasn't there, it may have been later where you got into a marriage that didn't work out. And it starts eroding some of those areas where we can trust ourselves. So, what I find is really powerful about coaching, and I've studied with one of the best attachment teachers on the planet, and she, really shared like the tools and techniques for creating secure attachment. And that, can happen in coaching, and it can happen even with animals. It can happen with friends. It doesn't have to be a love relationship for you to start sort of regenerating that secure attachment, so that there's not this like angst or like avoidance or unconscious sabotage occurring. So, in a coach and coachee relationship, that's really one of the foundational pieces that happens that is deeply transformational, besides the, level of, specific personal development that people are able to access. So that is, really key. Like, someone sitting at home reading all the relationship books, is only going to get so far. You can have the knowledge, but until it gets into your cells and you have the sensory experience of being seen and heard and adored and in that like connection, then your body may be fighting against relationship without you knowing it. So that is a big one. Are you fighting for love or against it? And some of that, you can look at your life and say, oh, okay, do I tend to create relationships where I'm rejected or, not appreciated, or they run away, or it doesn't last, or whatever? Then there may be some of that under the surface. The third one, this one is a biggie, which is there's no they. So a lot of times I'll see people post and it's like, well, online, they are all looking for sex, or, dating online, they are scammers. There's no they. There's no they. And I really underscore this because you are not a they. So don't do that outwardly. If you are putting out this, they are that to men in general, or, if you're looking for a woman, it's women in general, like whatever the thing is, like there's no like they in terms of the space of defining, concluding, and judging. And whatever you decide, whatever you define like that, then that's what you have. So I encourage you to go, who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? And, if you find that every person you look at, you are scanning to make sure they aren't the last person, or you're on defense, then that's the point I just said, which is, fighting against the rejection doesn't allow you to be present with the new person to see, like, what can I receive here? So, this is not a list of rules if you haven't noticed already. Like, this is you accessing your own capacity to navigate consciously. And that's why I call this work the art and consciousness of finding the one, because I can't list out a bunch of rules. I'm giving you kind of ways of being that hopefully allow for you to hold a point of view that empowers you, that allows you to hold a point of view that can open up the space for magic and miracles in love. So the next one is, as you are dating, the next one that I'm going to add in here is number 4 is, if you choose to do an online profile or not do online, whatever it is, you absolutely want to take the time to know who you are, know what you value, know, what matters to you, and really access that, because most people, when they share with me their online profiles, they're very general. And that basically is like, oh, I'm a person, and you're kind of becoming invisible if you aren't skilled at sharing who you truly be in a way that someone can actually see how they might be a good match to your life. Ultimately, you are the one that's going to be radiating, whether it's an online profile or you living an online profile, living that online profile of, this is what I value, this is what matters to me. And how many of us, when I've done this practice where people are naming what they value, and then they're not actually doing that. I value creativity, and there's no creative time in their schedule. Oh, I value, health, and their health routine is lacking. So it's kind of a wake-up call when you really get honest with that. Or I value a sense of humor, and everything is total negative Nelly, like complaining and comparing. And, so another time to really relate to yourself from that space of the beloved, creating an online profile really matters. And I actually created a checklist that you can access called the Online Profile Checklist. And you can just go to onlineprofilechecklist.com and go get that if you don't have it. And I also have a DIY write your profile kit. I think it's like $50 or something, that you can go through the workbook, and it asks the questions, and then you're writing, you get some writing prompts, and then you can build it from there. And then the third level is, as part of Super Loved, I write it basically for you. I interview you, and we create that together, and then we get you online, and then I do online matchmaking with you. It's really amazing and fun. So that is an option. So, what would be fun and easy for you? It's kind of a lot easier to talk about yourself when you're not trying to think, how do I write this? Oh my God, how do I make this an online profile? When we do interviews, it's pretty easy. I'm like, tell me something about you. And then I type away, and then we form it into a cool profile. And then, it really has that vibe of what you love, who you are. And then that naturally becomes the magnet for people who are like, oh my gosh, I totally love that. Oh my gosh, you are just like me. Oh my gosh, I've totally wanted to do that. And it becomes this really powerful tool. So that's number 4. Now, number 5 is a couple little shifts. So when you are dating, there may be moments where you're like, oh, okay, we're going to make a plan. We're going to meet up, and someone suggests something, and maybe they suggest, oh, let's go listen to live music at blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I don't know where blah, blah, blah is. Wait, I'm not comfortable going to places like blah, blah, blah because I've never driven there. And then you're like, why would he do that? Why would he say that? And then you start getting into maybe some complaining about it. when you notice those edges, and this happens throughout relationships, so this is not just a first date thing. When you notice those edges, you can make it more about connecting rather than complaining. So for example, you're like, hey, I'm sure blah 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 is really cool, and I've never been in that area. What would be really kind of more comfortable and fun for me is if we could go in this little neighborhood. I've been wanting to go over there too. What do you think of that? Notice the energy of that suggestion. It's not coming from, well, what are you trying to do to me? Like that kind of thing. It's coming from, here's something I want to share with you about me. I've been always wanting to go to that. I haven't been over there because or not, or just like I'm a little shy about going to places I haven't been. Would you be open to this? Is a very light energy. So be connecting, not complaining. And then the next one is, say, someone you were interested in writes you back and says, you know what, I started talking to someone else. I'm going to pursue that, thanks. Or maybe they just ghost you. And you're like, ouch, that's really disappointing. Yeah, it is disappointing. And I'm not saying you should be like some sort of like fembot that has no feelings, but the sooner you can return to, knowing that you're focused on creating your love story, be aware that the universe is conspiring in your favor. So if someone disappears, then what if that can be the delight of, okay, I'm being supported here, cosmic intervention. Wow, there must be something maybe even my body or energy knew that ejected this person out of my life, because obviously they're not my person. Thank you for helping me. How can you be delighted rather than stay in the disappointment? I get that, if you're really excited about someone and it changes, yeah, there's like but what if you can remind yourself, oh, wow, if things are always working out for me, if this, is part of my love story, what delight is available knowing that now I get to move to the next thing. So that takes some sort of level 5 skills, but try it. And then my favorite one is being fascinated, not frustrated. So if dating in the past has been frustrating, like, why can't I find any good ones, or online dating is not working, no one writes me, or like that complaining can come back to frustration. What if you can be fascinated rather than frustrated? And the fascination, you're staying in the curiosity and the wonder. And when you're in curiosity and wonder, the energy is this. It's like open to all possibilities. If you're in frustration, you're in a contraction and like, it's like this lump. It's like plop, one spot in the infinite space of possibility. Letting go of that, coming back to what fascination can I be here to receive something even greater than I could ever expect. So those are my unicorn dating tips for you to be with this differently. And tell me how that's landing, because this is really an opportunity to change the way you look at things. And I love Wayne Dyer says, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. And truly, this is the stretch again. We talked about this the other day. It's like these days in this 5-day unicorn extravaganza, and we're right smack in the middle of this party. You're stretching every day. You're stretching. So you keep reminding yourself, keep coming back to, this, if we have the one idea of this whole 5 days, it's show me what my love vibe can do, show me what it can do. And when you're in that show me what my love vibe can do, is that you're communing with the greater space of possibilities. And you're like, show me, and you're not in your head. You're not in your head. You're not in the past. You're not referencing other people's stories. You get to be you, because if you are trying to look to other people who are not on this path, not choosing to honor their brilliance like you are, not choosing to be different when it comes to dating, not buying into the matrix. So, really notice this, because the dating matrix, no matter where you're going, whether it's online or to an event or something else, or just talking to your single girlfriends, that dating matrix naturally has a ton of judgment in it. And I'm pointing that out because if you're not aware of how many people go into judgment about themselves, like, oh, I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm, oh my God, no one's going to love me because I blah, blah, blah. If you're not aware of that, then as soon as you start tapping into it, you may start taking that stuff on and buying it as yours. So if that whole thing, if you're like, no, I am choosing, show me what my love vibe can do. If you're choosing that beyond all of the judgment, the fear, the doubt, what happened to your mom, oh, look at me, I'm a victim because it seems so easy for her and her and her. And by the way, it wasn't. And most people who just fall into relationships are falling into relationships that, hey, we all have them in our past where we're just like, oh, okay, well, that wasn't that great. And you got out. But some people are still in those. Some people are still in those relationships. Some people are feeling so stuck or have really believed that they don't have choice. And so you already have taken a big step to be able to be here and go, you know what? What else can I do here? What would it mean to be super loved? What is it like to date like a unicorn? What energy, space, and consciousness can I be so that dating can be fun, so that dating can be easy, and so dating can be this, playful path, and you don't have to have any thing that occurs become a sad story. Because someone doesn't write you, or you wrote someone and they didn't write you back, or you went on a few dates and then they weren't interested. None of that is about you. Resist, make the choice that you are not going to make that a sad story and repeat it over and over and over again. That's what will completely take you out of the game and back into the mucky pool of mediocrity. You have to be that advocate. That's why we talked about it yesterday. So that is hold a point of view that opens a space for magic and miracles and love. Yes. What point of view do you need to hold that is that? And I would say it's show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Honestly, that can hold everything. Another question I love using for everything is, how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Which is essentially the English version of Waheguru. And I taught you that yesterday. Waheguru means I am in ecstasy with my connection to the divine. So Waheguru, Waheguru, when you say Waheguru after anything. So if it's like, oh my God, my cat died yesterday, you go Waheguru. Like that is like asking for consciousness to show you something divine. If you do a scratch off lottery ticket and win $10,000, why you gonna show me more of that? Like everything gets greater and greater and greater with why you do, with how does it get any better than this, and with show me what my love vibe can do, show me what it can do. And that is amazing. So will you share with me if this resonates? Whatever resonates, share. But I want you to take a moment right now, and in your show me what my love vibe can do, start acknowledging how different you are today than you were 2 days ago, and recommit again to the next 2 days. We only have 2 more days. And as you can see, like these classes are they have depth. So you choose these, you acknowledge how different you be today than you were yesterday, than you were the day before, then you are moving forward. You're moving towards that love story that is meant to be yours. So, and you're pulling it in too. So that's the other thing. As a result of being in this experience, you are accelerating the process because you're bringing you're in the consciousness of creating it, rather than being sort of the victim of your life, or hoping something happens to you, when ultimately it's the inner chatter that's creating whatever. And if you're not changing that, if you're not holding a different point of view so that you can have the extraordinary unicorn love story, then you'll still have more of the same. So let's get into the acknowledgement. Notice, how different are you? Anything that doesn't allow you to be, know, or perceive that difference that you are today than you were the other day, will you destroy and uncreate it? Beep. Yes. So let's close with our mantra. And if you want to take a placebo, you can, and just let that flavor soak in and remind you of like that nourishment that's coming from these days, and begin to chant, show me what my love vibe can do, show me what it can do, show me what my love vibe can do, show me what it can do, show me what my love vibe can do, show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do. Awesome. All right. Returning back here, same time, make a commitment to yourself to return and receive tomorrow's, which is awesome. It's the Get Radiant portion. And we're going to talk about how using your love vibe can be that magnetic attraction that calls in your person. How's that sound? All right. Post in the comments. Love you. So grateful you've been here through this. And we'll see you really soon. Show me what my love vibe can do. Show me what it can do.